I saw 3 guys with rifles, and one of them told me to get back inside. Then I saw 9 cops running with guns drawn up, looking upstairs towards the left to the upstairs apartment. And then someone yelled, "They got him, they got him."
A Seoul apartment resident describes the scene outside her doorstep following the shooting of a Balcones Heights police officer around 1:30 today.
The whole field is full of police officers.
The Bexar County Sheriff says it started as an auto burglary call. Balcones Heights Police Sergeant Joey Sepulveda and Officer Edgar Ortiz approached the suspects in this white truck.
At some point, something in that truck may have made the sergeant feel threatened to the point where he drew his weapon. Shortly thereafter, it appears that he took gunfire.
Shots were exchanged and Sergeant Sepulveda was hit in the shoulder and arm, forcing Ortiz to act.
He was able to return fire and drag the sergeant back to safety, threw him into the sergeant's patrol vehicle, and then took off.
Ortiz rushed him to the hospital.
I believe because of the quick action of Officer Ortiz, he's going to pull through.
Officer Ortiz has 5 years of EMS experience. Sergeant Sepulveda has been with the department for 18 years and is also the police union president.
He's just an amazing person, someone that when he walks in the room, you know you're safe. You know he's got you covered.
That's right. The winter storm is certainly not finished wreaking havoc on San Antonio residents. This community here certainly feeling the heat of it all. A 4-level apartment building collapsing as firefighters are met with a series of challenges.
Water has been gone for about 3-4 days now.
Residents at Cortland View Apartments were not the only ones without water. Firefighters had trouble getting access to water during a fire at this building.
Our main concern is water supply. All these hydrants out here are dry. Well, they're not dry, they're just frozen and there's no water.
The Bexar Bulverde Volunteer Fire Department having to bring water from a remote location, delaying rescue efforts.
Down at the street, way down, way down there is some water. That's where we're refilling our tenders.
Bexar Bulverde Fire Chief Jerry Bialik says they have about 75 firefighters on scene, including Army personnel from Camp Euless. But the additional hands don't make a difference without any water.
That's our problem, is once we make a little bit of advance on the fire, we run out of water.
Bialik says another challenge was locating the fire.
We were using our thermal imaging cameras, throughout the structure to try to find it. Finally located a spot, opened the floor, and it was in between the second and third floors.
All residents could do was watch as they endured the cold weather.
Honestly, it's been a long week, and hopefully we're wanting to see light at the end of the tunnel.
The cause of the fire is still under investigation. We will keep you informed as more information is received. Reporting Jonathan Cotto, KSAT 12 News.
I haven't had power since 5 o'clock this morning.
It's been days, for others hours, of trying to survive through the bitter cold temperatures without power and some without water.
No water, no power?
No, everything's out. It's been cold. We've been in our car pretty much the whole time.
Crying, shivering little ones carried into the safety of the city's warming center opened at 5 p.m. Tuesday.
It's been scary for him, so we're just trying to keep him calm and do the best we can.
It is heart-wrenching to see the families coming in, especially those with children, as they see the warmth and shelter up ahead, knowing what they have experienced, what many of us have also experienced.
I have no way to cook food.
Some called 311 to get a ride on Via. Others were picked up by San Antonio police officers. A few residents angry it took this long for a shelter to open up.
It's an awful. It's extremely disturbing. Seems like they could have done a little better job than this. It's really sad. It's really a sad situation. Yesterday, I've been with power going on and off. Comes on and then it goes off maybe 5 minutes later.
Yeah.
And I'm looking for a place to stay, but all the motels are either booked or they have no power.
The San Antonio Warming Center focused on helping the elderly and those with young children. Capacity is at 500 people, but that could increase. Families are urged to pack clothing and medicine. Patty Santos, KSAT 12 News.
Inside of here is where your precious metals are.
Rare metals more expensive than gold that fetch a lot of easy cash for thieves.
They've hit us about 3 to 4 times.
Steve Acosta, manager of Quality Care Automotive in Universal City, says thieves cut locks to take broken catalytic converters from his shop.
They know what's of value.
And rip them off vehicles from the sales lot next door.
They cut the main wire harness so the vehicle didn't want to start.
He's recently also gotten several calls from stranded victims.
I had one customer on a Jeep where they did some extensive damage. They destroyed all of the brake lines. They cut holes into the actual frame. They cut the wire harness.
Those victims left with thousands of dollars worth of repairs. Acosta says Chevy trucks, Ford Explorers, Ford Escapes, and diesel trucks are easy targets. This is the part thieves are after. It takes them less than 5 minutes to get it out, and there's very little you can do to prevent it.
Park where you can see your vehicle, keep an alarm on it, and just kind of keep an eye on things. Be careful. But I mean, there's no way to block them.
Universal City, Kerrville, Alamo Heights, and Windcrest Police Departments say they've all taken reports of catalytic converter thefts in recent months. The part is sold to metal recycling companies.
Until somebody could come up with some kind of deal to where they can't sell them without certain licensing or something like that, that's the only way it's going to be able to stop it.
Patty Santos, KSAT 12 News.